Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about how to end the year strong without sacrificing the fun. Because with only 4 weeks left of 2024, now is the time that we have so many social events, so many social gatherings, which means there are going to be more food, alcohol, temptations, all those things that are a little bit different from our usual routine, from our usual day to day. And that can make things a little bit tricky to stay on track. So in this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few tips to help you stay on track. Also, how can you ensure to enjoy the festive season without feeling guilty? Because we don't have to feel guilty that we are enjoying that cake, that ice cream, that food with our friends and family. We shouldn't feel like that. Remember, this is a lifestyle. And also how we can end the year feeling strong. Again, only 4 weeks left, and this is not the time to take a break or to put your fitness on hold. So let's start by talking about why the year end is challenging. Danny, why is it always that around this time of the year, I feel so slow, I just want to rest, I feel that I'm going back to square one, or it's much harder for me to stay on track? There's a few reasons why. Number one, because of the holiday temptations and the parties. So all the social events means that there's going to be more food, foods that we don't usually eat, foods that are highly refined in sugar, foods that are, higher in calories, alcohol as well, lots of alcohol, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, of course, but maybe we're having it a little bit too often, all the friends, family celebrations that we're having, work parties and all of that. Second thing is because we might have a different routine. So if you're going away, even if it's just one weekend, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometimes this can disrupt the routine that we usually have. And again, there's nothing wrong with changing the routine, but this can mean that now you're not able to go to the gym. Now you're not able to get all your workouts done, all your training done. Maybe you're not staying that active because the place that you're going, you're not able to exercise, many different reasons why. So your routine changes a little bit. Also, some gyms, they don't close or they close at different times during Christmas. So maybe the new hours may not work with your new schedule and it doesn't work for you to go to the gym and get your training done. And probably one of the main reasons why it's challenging to stay on track, it's the mindset shift that we can have. Mindset, it's everything. And that's something that I tell you guys all the time. In my opinion, there are two mindset shifts that we can have around this time. Sorry about the spelling if you're watching this on YouTube. It's meant to say mindset shift, not mindset shit. Okay, apologies for that. Okay, so those are the two types of mindset that I truly believe we can get or change around this time of the year. So some of you guys may be experiencing the one on the left. So maybe right now you go into that mindset that you just want to relax, the relax and forget mindset. So maybe you feel that, I deserve to take some time off. I've worked so hard for the past 11 months. This is my time just to rest, just to chill. I'll just get started fresh, next year. New Year's resolution, fresh start, new me, that whole thing, the new me, the best me, all those things that those full promises that we tell ourselves that only last for a few months or even a few weeks, and then we go back to square one. So we have this type of mindset. We think that it's okay to put our fitness on hold. Again, I'm just going to enjoy the Christmas. I'm going to eat everything that I want. I'm not going to limit myself. I'm not going to listen to my body. I'm just going to do whatever, drink whatever. Next year, I'll get back on track. On the other hand, we have the other type of mindset. So the one that we feel or we think that we just keep going. It's a keep going mindset. Maybe we're going to go at a much slower rate, but we keep pushing. We keep focusing on consistency over perfection because we believe that that fitness, it's a lifestyle and that we shouldn't put a hold in our health. We can never, or we shouldn't put a hold in our fitness. Even if you have an injury and you're not able to train, yes, you might not be able to train, but you're still going to be eating, right? So you can shift all your focus onto your nutrition. and your recovery. And once you're better, you get back on track. There's always a way around, only if you truly want to make it work. So those are the two types of mindset, the relax and forget mindset and the keep going mindset. And some of the consequences with these types of mindsets, well, pros and cons, with a relaxed mindset, if you're having this mindset right now, you're only making things 20 times or even 100 times harder for yourself next year. Because if you allow yourself to have too much fun, if you don't limit yourself with your food, if you're not being mindful, you're drinking too much, this is only going to make things worse for you when you try to come back next year, because you're going to feel extremely frustrated. You're going to feel extremely annoyed. You're going to feel that, oh my gosh, what did I do? You're going to regret the decisions that you made. You're going to feel very tired, low in energy because all the foods that you ate. And also, you're not going to feel that confident for summertime, because here in New Zealand, summer is literally next week. And next month, January, next month, January is a month that we, go to the beach, relax, spend time with friends and family. And I'm sure you don't want to be hiding under your clothes, especially in this very hot weather. And we just keep going in this cycle of, yeah, I'll get it started next year. And it's a cycle that it seems that it's never gonna end. But the good things with the mindset of, the keep going mindset, even if we go at a slower pace, we keep having that momentum because we keep pushing, we keep trying. We might change things around, we might decrease our workout days from 5 to 3 times a week, and that's fine. But we keep having that momentum. We have control of what we're doing, of what things we're putting into our body, into our mouth. We have that control. We don't have any drastic resets for next year. The typical, I'm gonna reset. And the reason why I say reset in like this with my fingers, it's because I feel like having this mindset of like resetting all the time, it puts you in a very unhealthy space or mindset, because you're gonna feel that you constantly have to start all over again, and constantly have it start again. It's only make you feel stuck in that cycle, and it's not gonna be that easy to get out of that cycle. Also, we're gonna feel strong, energized, and most importantly, proud, because we didn't put that hold in our fitness, and we just keep pushing. We keep focusing on consistency and not perfection. So now I'm going to share 5 tips with you guys to enjoy without being too rigid, without being too restrictive. We want to have that good balance in between being flexible with, our foods and training, Christmas time. But at the same time, we also want to make sure that we're not too flexible, okay? There's a nice balance in between, which I want to explain right now. So the number one thing I want you to do is that I want you to set realistic expectations for yourself, not for me, not for anyone else, but you have to set those realistic expectations for yourself, because you're going to be the one achieving those goals. You're gonna be the one doing those things. So a few questions I want you to ask yourself. I want you to ask yourself, what is success for me in the next 4 weeks? Maybe success for you is gonna be to ensure that you stay hydrated, to ensure that you complete at least 3 workouts a week, to ensure that you go for a walk at least twice a week, 30 minutes, for example. Anything that comes to your mind, make sure that you're very clear with what success looks like for you in the next 4 weeks. And please be realistic with this. Don't pretend that you're going to be going for a walk every single day for 2 hours. You're going to be going on a hike and all of that. Do something that's realistic. How many days a week am I going to be training? How many days a week am I going to stay active? How many days a week am I going to be prepping my meals? What am I going to do with my nutrition, my meals? Is it going to be the same? Is it going to change? Again, be realistic. We want to focus on consistency, and I want to keep saying this, over perfection. Something very simple that you can do, instead of picking too much alcohol every time you go out, maybe you can change your water for some alcohol. That's a little change. Those little changes add up and help you to keep going. Maybe instead of having another slice of cake or another cookie or another plate of the main dish, you can have a salad, for example, just a random example, the first thing that came to my mind. But just little things like that, that is going to be success for you, and it's going to help you to move forward. So number 1, remember, set realistic expectations. Number 2, and this one is also going to be very important, is going to be to prioritize your non-negotiables. So remember, these are your non-negotiables, not my non-negotiables. And something that I will suggest is to stick with the basics. Because if you can get the basics right, it's going to be much easier when next year comes to be on track with everything that you're doing. So some of the non-negotiables that I'm going to do for myself is going to make sure that I plan my workouts. Something that I love to, even if I'm on a holiday, even if I'm taking some time off, is to schedule everything. I'm just someone that likes to schedule. So something that I want to do is make sure that I schedule my workouts. I'm still going to train 5 times a week, except the week that I'm going to go away. And that week that I'm going to go away, I'm only going to get 2 workouts done because I will only have access to the gym twice a week. And the other days, I want to stay active just by going for walks. So that's what I want to do, plan my workouts. Another non-negotiable can be something like staying hydrated. Hydration is important, especially because it's summertime, or it's going to be summertime for us, and also because sometimes we can confuse thirst with hunger. And if you're dehydrated and you have plenty of food around you, you're gonna tell yourself or convince yourself that you're hungry, but in reality, maybe you are just thirsty, and you're gonna be eating a little bit too much, feeling a little bit too bloated when it's something that you can control with water. So make sure you stay hydrated. Sleep, it's also gonna be very important, especially if you have so many events going on, too many parties, celebrations, and all of that. If you're not getting enough sleep, this is 100% going to affect your nutrition because your cravings are going to be so much higher. Your energy levels are going to be lower, and it's going to be much easier for you to not make mindful choices with your nutrition. So make sure you prioritize your sleep when you can. In nutrition, another non-negotiable, at least for me, I'm going to try to stay on track with my nutrition, but enjoy, if I want to enjoy. And a good thing to remember with the nutrition, especially, let's try not to have that all or nothing mindset. Because anytime we have this mindset, you're just gonna go in there. Let's say you're going to your uncle's house. You're gonna go to your uncle's house. As soon as you have a cookie, you're gonna be like, what the heck, whatever. I already had the cookie. I might as well just finish the whole pack. Or I might as well just eat whatever the hell I want today. Tomorrow I get back on track, all or nothing. We don't want that. If you want to have that cookie, enjoy that cookie. There's absolutely nothing wrong. That cookie is not going to kill you. The only thing that's not going to help you, it's when you overdo it. So if you are overindulging, yes, that's not going to help you. But if you are enjoying, like truly enjoying, but not overindulging, it's going to be completely fine. So we don't want to have that all or nothing mindset. So number 2, prioritize your non-negotiables. Number 3, I want you to enjoy without overindulging. And I know sometimes this is not that easy, especially if you don't have a good relationship with food, but I know that it's also not impossible. Again, you're gonna need to focus on consistency over perfection. So something that can help you to ensure that you are not overindulging is to be mindful. Be mindful with the things that you're eating. How can we be mindful? When you go to your uncle's house or whatever party you're going to, make sure that you eat the foods that you truly, truly love. Don't feel forced or don't feel that you have to eat everything just because it's there or just because you're going to feel that this is the only time that you're going to be able to eat or allow yourself to eat those foods. Don't do that to yourself. If you truly want to have that thing, have it. If you don't want to have it, don't have it. It's that simple. And another tip that can help you with this is make sure that you plate your food. So get that plate, put the foods that you love in there, and always try to prioritize your protein because that's going to ensure that you are satisfied and we keep you a little bit fuller for longer. And you can use the 80-20 rule. This is a really good rule that I give my clients anytime they go out to eat and they want to be mindful with the choices that they're making. So the 80-20 rule, when you're having your plate of food, 80% make sure it's mainly nutritious food. So things that have fiber, things that are going to fill you up a little bit more. And then 20% of foods that are not really that nutritious. things that are a little bit more refined, high in sugar, high in calories, which is fine to have, just a little bit less so you don't have that sugar crash and you don't have those crazy cravings. But that way we can balance both because we want to have 80%, let's just say roughly 80% of the things that are really going to fill you up and 20% of the things that we truly, truly, truly love. And the second thing to help you to enjoy without overindulging, it's going to be to do with alcohol. So try to make smart choices with the alcohol that you're drinking. If you're going to be drinking, I would suggest go with choices that have lower calories. So things like light beer, things like vodka, if you like it, of course, tequila, whiskey, rum. Try not to have too many, for example, cocktails because they're a pack of sugar. They have a lot of sugar. If you have one, completely fine. But if you notice yourself that you're having one and then another one, another one, another one, slow down and take some water breaks. In between cocktails, take some water, a glass of water. That way you're going to be more aware of how much you're drinking. And also if you really want that next drink, or if you're just drinking just to drink or because of social pressure. So please be mindful with this as well. So number 3, it was enjoy without overindulging. And bring a dish if that's an option, if you're going to a family or friend's house, because that's going to be much easier to control what you can put on your plate. Okay, the next tip number 4, is to use accountability. So if you are in a community like my clients are, reach out, ask for help in that community, because that's what the community is for, is to help each other, to ensure that we're pushing each other, that we're sharing our struggles, our wins, we're motivating each other. Having a community is so important. I think so many people underlook this and they're not really aware of how much this can truly help them with their journey. If you are not part of a coaching program like the one I have, if you have your friend, your sister that is also into their fitness, hold each other accountable. Text each other, create a group if it's you and other friends, but have that accountability because that's really going to help you. If you're working with a coach, reach out to your coach. And something else to help you stay accountable is to reflect. Reflection is so important, especially those weeks that didn't go too well, or those weekends or that day that didn't go too well. Reflect on what didn't go that well and why. What's something I can do better next time? And also those weeks that went really, really well, why did this week went well? What's something I can continue doing in the next few weeks? What's something that I need to change a little bit? Those little things is what helps us to keep making progress every single week. In weekly reflection, it's something that I personally love to do because it does help you grow in your journey and also personally. And last but not least, I want you to prepare for 2024. So that's the last tip. Prepare for 2024. How? Again, reflection on your achievements of this year. So the whole year. What are some things that you are proud of achieving? What are some wins? What are some things that you were able to overcome? What lessons you learned from that challenge, from that tough moment in your life, those months and weeks that were not that easy, but you're here now and you're alive, and that's the main thing. And second thing I want you to do is that I want you to set a vision for next year. It's very important to be very clear with the goals that we want to achieve. What goals do I want to achieve next year? How do I want to look next year? How do I want to feel next year? We need to be asking ourselves those questions, because if you're not clear about that, I can guarantee 100%, if you only have a goal and nothing else, let's say I only want to lose weight and you don't know anything else, you don't know how you want to feel, how you want to look, you're more likely to not achieve that goal. Because life is going to happen and your motivation is going to drop, and it's going to be much easier to make excuses because you don't have that strong why. You don't have that strong vision of the goals that you truly want to achieve. So remember, tip number 5, prepare for 2024. And probably the most important reminder from this podcast is to remember that it's okay to have fun. It's okay to celebrate. It's okay to indulge a little bit, not overindulge, but indulge a little bit. It's okay to go out. Don't deprive yourself from social events. That's the last thing we want to do. That's a mistake I've made in the past when I started with my journey and I was so strict with everything that I was doing. I would say no to so many social events, to family gatherings, because I was too scared that I was not going to be able to control myself. I was not going to be able to control how much I was eating. And trust me, I regret that so, so much. So please don't do that to yourself. Have fun. It's completely fine. We're going to slow down a little bit. Yes, but we're going to keep going because we're going to keep having that momentum. It's okay to relax as well. If you decide to take a week off from the gym, for example, it's okay. It's just 1 week. 1 week, it's not going to throw all your progress away. You will not throw all the months and weeks and even years of hard work in just a few weeks or in just a few days. I promise you. I know that sometimes it can feel like that. Sometimes it can feel that a week off the gym or a week not following your meal plan can make you feel that, oh my gosh, I'm gaining weight, I'm going back to square one. And then you start getting anxious, you start getting worried, you start getting concerned. But believe me, that's not going to happen. As long as you follow the tips that I just gave you and you stay mindful and present in the moment, absolutely nothing is going to happen. The only time that you are truly, truly, truly going to go back to square one is that if you give up completely. So if you give up with your fitness journey, if you give up the gym, if you cancel your membership for whatever reason, you're not feeling motivated. If you give up on the things that you're eating, so you go back to eating just takeaways every single day, you're not being mindful with your choices. You go back to drinking alcohol every single weekend, smoking, all the things that don't help you, that help you get to the place that you don't want to be, then yes, you're going to fail and you're going to give up on yourself. Not on your coach, not on your friends, not on anyone, but on yourself. And I'm sure that's something that you don't want to do for yourself. If you had a little bit too much fun, it's okay. We just pick up exactly from where we left and we just keep going because this is a lifestyle. We keep looking forward. We don't look back too much. We only look back to reflect and understand how we can change things and do them better. Yes, but we don't spend too much time and energy there. We just keep moving forward, keep moving forward, keep moving forward because the finish journey is going to be like this. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you will be able to see. If you're listening to the podcast, just imagine a line that it's not linear. It just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Our fitness journey is going to be like that. And that's fine. It's during those low moments that we learn how strong we are, or we remind ourselves of how strong we are. That's the time where we learn how to overcome those challenges, how to get up and be stronger, feel stronger, and just keep pushing because we don't give up. We stay consistent and we keep going. So just a quick recap of the 5 tips for you guys to start applying to ensure that you stay on track without feeling guilty over the next few weeks. Number 1, I want you to set realistic expectations for yourself, okay? So remember, be very realistic with the things that you want to achieve for the next 4 weeks. Number 2, I want you to prioritize your non-negotiables. To make it easier for you, just stick with the basics: workouts, hydration, sleep, and nutrition. Number 3, I want you to enjoy without overindulging, okay? There's a balance in between being mindful and being smart with your alcohol choices. Number 4, use accountability, whether it's with your group, with your friend, with a family member, but have that accountability and reflect on the things that went well and the things that didn't go too well. And last but not least, prepare for 2024. So reflect on all your achievements from this year and make sure you set that vision for next year so you know exactly in what direction you need to be walking towards. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to share this on your social media and tag me at Daniela del Carpio. Until next time, and as I always say, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao, ciao.